So you're a little kid, and you hear about big deer being shot all around the country, and then the next word you hear is Midwest. And then you hear big ag fields and cornfields and standing beans and deer pouring into fields off the hillsides and these beautiful draws. And you think to yourself, one day, I'd just love to see what it is. And that day has come, and that's the Grigsby. That's the best way to really capture that feeling. If this was your dream of Christmas and being able to enjoy something that you only dreamed about as a kid, and then finally getting the chance to experience what it means to be in the middle of big buck country, I think if you check the box, next to it would be Illinois, the Grigsby. And now it's the Grigsby, a Mossy Oak managed property. What two better entities could you have come together to really create the perfect whitetail experience?
Dang. Nice, Brad. Look at brow. Dude, brows on him are just freaking awesome. That's the biggest buck I've ever killed. Dude, this is a dream come true. Tommy, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this, man.
Oh, man.
I can't tell you.
What is the expectation? What would be the long-term goal? How do we take it to the next level? The avenues we have with our licensees and our many partners, we knew we had the recipe here for Disneyland for big boys when it came to Midwest prime time whitetail hunting. So how did it start? Well, the first thing we wanted to do was we took a survey. We looked at the land. And the Grigsby is just that place where as soon as you walk out the door, it is contiguous acreage with draws and bottoms and food sources and natural ag and then the food plots we put in and water sources, but a lot of good cover. Big whitetails need cover, CRP, slashings, a lot of areas that we call the no-go zone, and we have those in the Grigsby. So, let's break it down. I think for someone arriving at the Grigsby with the Mossy Oak group, here are some things you can count on. Stand placement. We have taken painstaking time to make sure that these stands are set perfectly for whichever way you shoot, making sure the winds are dedicated stand placements with wind, predominant direction, however that may be, knowing where most of our deer bed and how they're coming and going. We set those stands, and we like to say it was a lot of scientific genius application, but it really came down to this. We've never seen deer trails like this. There are grooves cut in hillsides where generations of deer herds have literally walked through these same locations for years.
We're standing here right off the road when I first got here back in turkey season, and it's a transition from a lower cornfield across the road. One of the first things I noticed driving up this road is motorcycle type paths from these deer. I mean, you literally walk them and the path in some areas hits you mid-shin. We'll show you later, but there's spots that you can literally see deer trails from Google Earth. I mean, they're just ingrained in the terrain here from just deer constantly using them. A lot of deer traffic.
Now that you've got stand placement, you know where your stand placement was going to have to be because of those trails and the funnels and all the different food sources. How do you enhance that? Food plots. These are the most beautiful food plots, biologic food plots you will ever see.
Right now these plots have started taking place, some of these brassicas and turnips, and they're still just eating a lot of the tops, but here, once this frost and cold weather starts to hit, these things will sweeten up, sugar beets and different things, and the deer really love them. Right now they're still just a little bit bitter, but like I said, once that cold and snow and the weather hits, the deer will be all over this field, pulling these things out of the ground and eating them. So should be a good late season spot.
So we have tried to eliminate every risk possible of human intrusion and making sure we decrease pressure on these deer as much as possible. The end result is the first season was fantastic. Our clients had a wonderful time. The Grigsby people are extremely accommodating. The overall lodge experience is wonderful. It's really a Mossy Oak home. So as we truly believe, the experience is the majority of the fun, right? And you will not be slighted when you come to our camp, because between Tommy and Dave and Norman and Brandon and Chuck and all of the team members on this group that dedicate themselves to making sure that you have the complete experience, it's like coming home. After the hunt at night, the meals are fantastic. You go to bed a little full, but that's okay because you wake up in the morning ready to go. Breakfasts are great. The lunches are fantastic. It's like being at home. That's the best way to explain it. And the nice thing for us is we feel like it's a family of a bunch of our buddies coming to hunt with us. It's a wonderful experience. We hope you'll join us this fall. Slots are filling fast, so make sure you work closely with us to make sure we get you in on that chance of a lifetime on a big Illinois whitetail. The Grigsby.